The Unwanted Undead Adventure episode 6. And I think this episode did something that I don't know if you all got it, but this episode was basically trying to demonstrate us or show us, I guess I should say, what is the current abilities of our main character Rentt, but not necessarily in terms of power, because yeah, we can all agree that he's really strong now. I mean, I guess he's not overpowered or anything like that, but definitely way stronger than he was before. So not that, but what I mean by this is that it was trying to show us his abilities as I guess you can say adventure, because we can see throughout the whole episode how Rentt is really actually a person that has a lot of experience, because what was it, a decade or something like that, he has been an adventurer. So yeah, this episode was all about that from beginning to the end. When he was in the dungeon, we can see that he's aware of everything that's happening, that he knows what will happen when other people go first, he knows what to say, he knows what to do. He's basically a person with a lot of wisdom, and that is demonstrated throughout this whole episode, and that is really amazing, because even though the episode didn't say explicitly that this episode was going to be about that, it still, demonstrated that you have this person that is Rentt, that has a lot of experience and that actually shows it, that is very calm, that is very chill, that has a lot of knowledge, but can also communicate with other people correctly, because it doesn't matter how much knowledge you have if you cannot, transmit it to other people, if you cannot teach other people. So not only does Rentt have the ability to, adapt, to be a person of knowledge for himself, but also for other people. And we can see in this episode that Rice and Lola are aware of that. At the beginning they were a little bit worried about him. They didn't know he was a person of trust, but at the end of the episode we can see that even Rice himself said that he will now trust him. He sees that he's a person that is someone that he should trust. But yeah, I guess I should say what this episode was all about. Aside from what I just said, this episode was about Rentt taking the promotional exam, a promotional exam for him to become a bronze adventurer. I don't know if bronze is the next step after becoming an iron adventurer. I don't know if that is the case, but I think it is actually the case. So yeah, in this episode we see him taking the promotional exam, the written exam, and also the practical exam, and we can see him, in this dungeon doing very well, and he will probably get first place if we're being honest, because he got first place in the written exam and he will also get first place in this exam, in the practical exam. It was mentioned that they were going to get something if they came first, although it wasn't actually explicitly say what it was going to be. I mean, who knows, everyone can make a guess about that. But yeah, I think we can all agree that they're probably going to get first place, because the other people that went first in this episode failed to beat the boss. So I think that is going to happen. And I guess you can say the other part of the episode was also focused around Rentt and how the people trust him, because not only the Rice and Lola not trust him very much at the beginning, but also the guild master himself didn't trust him that much. I mean, I guess it makes sense, because if you really think about it, suddenly a person comes to the guild and it is very strong, it is very knowledgeable, and also has a mask, is really weird looking. You will also be a little bit worried of him. So yeah, I can see why the guild master is acting that way. To be honest, I think anyone would act that way, but the other person, the one that is always at the desk, actually trusts him, because she knows that he's not a bad person. So although the guild master says that she should keep an eye on him, I don't think she's going to do that, or she's going to do that, but not in the sense that she's distrustful of him. I don't think it's going to be that way. I think she's just going to do it because the guild master asked her to do that. Yeah, let's see what happens with that. I don't think anything will come of that, because although Rentt may seem like a very shady person, we all know that he's not that type of person. It is not like the guild master is going to uncover something really dark about Rentt, something shady in his past, nothing like that. If the guild master were to uncover something about him, it will be perhaps that he's an undead person. I think that is the thing that maybe he will uncover, if he does uncover anything at all. But I don't know if that is going to happen or not. Maybe it is going to happen, but the guild master will let it, fly by, because Rentt will explain that he's the Rentt that everyone knew. So maybe that is not going to be so much of a problem if it happens. We also learned in this episode why Rentt took the name of Rentt Vivier. I was talking about this in the previous episode. I was saying that he took the name Rentt because it is not like he wanted to have his previous name, nothing like that. It is because Rentt is a simple common name. It's a name that everyone has, so it is not suspicious for someone to have that name. And it wouldn't attract a lot of attention. But of course, if I was Rentt, I wouldn't still haven't done that. But he did it anyways. But the other name, BBA, he took it because he didn't want rumors about Lorraine to start spreading, because he didn't want people to think there was something weird going on inside Lorraine's house, because there was a man going in every day in there. So he didn't want people to start thinking anything weird about that. So he took the name BBA to basically make it clear that he was a relative of Lorraine, even though we all know he isn't. So yeah, he did it because of that. And Lorraine actually, is not necessarily sad or happy about it. She just thinks that, oh, he didn't need it to do that. But I guess it is not anything bad, so she doesn't really mind it. So I guess we all now know why he took that name. And it is more interesting that it first appears to be. Interestingly enough, we actually didn't see Lola in this episode again. I said when she last appeared that I didn't expect her to, to be out of the anime that long. I thought maybe 2 episodes at the most she was not going to be present, but man, was I wrong, because it has been a long time. And I mean, I'm actually surprised about that, because I would have expected her to be present at this point in time. But I don't know what is going to happen with her. I don't know if she's going to appear in the next episode, because in the next episode it's going to be all focused around, them defeating the boss and things like that. Although I do expect that to not take the whole episode, so maybe she can appear in the second part of the episode. And in this episode, Rentt didn't evolve again. I actually wasn't expecting him to evolve in this episode. And also, I don't think that it's going to happen in the next episode. I think it will happen in a couple of episodes, which I actually think is a good thing, because it makes the next evolution a little bit more exciting, because if it was happening every other episode, it wouldn't be that exciting. So yeah, that was basically everything that happened in the episode. A pretty enjoyable episode. And if you don't want to miss any episode reviews, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, that will be everything by me. And I guess I'll see you all in the next episode review.